You like it because it's vaguely JoJo-esque.
I like it because Spivey and I thought of it.
Oh, did you really?
I call
And
bullshit.
that's
I do too.
that's why it's vaguely JoJo-esque.
Yeah.
You just really like JoJo.
I really like
Would you say that everything you do in your life right now is only due to JoJo and everything else is meaningless?
Absolutely. Speaking of that, Yaskovich, I need your help with something.
I'm very concerned that that's what you brought up after I asked that question.
Don't worry about it. I will tell you the details at a later date.
He wants to do some kind of JoJo
Probably
video.
tomorrow.
I'll do a JoJo video.
I need
I've
you to
never
not
seen an
question
episode.
me.
Okay.
I just need you and your film prowess.
Okay.
What the hell?
I guess I'm on board.
Good.
Am I allowed to know anything about it other than
I will tell you later. I just wanted to be a surprise to everybody else.
I'll know it when you send it to me in a manga of JoJo.
So are we going to see the final product?
Yeah, you will see the final product.
Okay.
Will I like it more than regular JoJo?
Maybe.
Will it make
Well,
me
yeah,
like?
because it's not all JoJo, so you'll probably like it.
Oh, so it's an anime in general thing?
No.
Will it make me like you more?
I think, yeah. Yeah.
You don't have to answer that.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
That's cute.
Well, this was a great episode, guys.
Are we recording?
Tell me about Zach's mask he had on earlier, and now Liam's new exfoliating mask.
Don't call me Zach. That's my podcast name.
What's your...
What?
Wait, what?
Okay, Zach.
Thank you.
Okay, ooh.
Zoc
Zachariah.
with 2 Ks and an umlaut?
Yeah, an umlaut above the A.
For those who don't know, which is everybody, we are recording this episode like at the latest possible that we can record, which
Yeah.
is Monday night, aka when the episodes come out.
Yeah.
We could make it a shorter episode if that makes it easier on you.
Nah, it should be
If
fine.
I'm here for this, you are too.
I'll just be up very late.
I do have to say, out of all the basements we recorded in, this is probably the brightest one.
Yeah, that's
And
nice.
It's actually kind of like the nicest one. Weirdly
fuck
enough.
you.
I will-
All right. Well, like
Okay.
you know what I mean.
Okay,
you.
so before we're all just talking over each other, my name is Brooks Vernon, and this is Friends by Default. In this show, I lost my train of thought. This show is about the big questions in life, you know, the big philosophical things that mankind has been pondering over, along with some new what-ifs and hypotheticals that, like, trouble the mind and, like, for the modern age. And, like, it's not only about that, but it's also about the environment in which we discuss these questions, which is the friendliest environment we can. We can all be civil and have nice civil discussions because, as Zach says, we're all friends here.
That's why I lit the candle, Brooks.
Yeah?
What smell do you think it is?
My nose is real fucked up, so I can't. Allergies are starting.
Every fucking time. Every time I try to do something nice for this guy.
Oh no, yeah. He was literally in the call earlier, and he's just like, I hate that Zach tries for me because I fucking think he's just so ugly. And I was like, I was just talking about Manhunter, but okay. Didn't need to bring that up. No one was talking about that.
Josh, you're lying. That was a natural segue because we were talking about how ugly the killer in Manhunter was.
Right.
And I was like, do you know who else is ugly? That's Zach.
Yeah,
guy.
and like to be fair, I agreed, but like it was like a nervous agree. Like I kind of agree. It was like I was scared of what he would do. But like you kind of.
Yes, should you get a haircut?
No, but I shaved my face a bit.
Maybe you should get a haircut.
Okay, all right.
See, there we go.
Okay,
That was my insult.
Friends by default.
Okay, so now
Emphasis on default.
so now that we have that out of the way, we can go back to being friends. My good friend Zach, who I appreciate everything that you do for me.
Even the candle?
Even the candle, I appreciate a lot.
I love that we have to bring that up.
My great friend Liam, who tapes a bunch of tape on his
Yep.
face.
Zach,
only
why
one.
don't you introduce
No, it's
yourself?
not one.
Oh,
Oh, let me take that again. Zach, why don't you introduce yourself?
How about I don't and just move on to Liam? No, I'm kidding. I'm Zach. You know, I'm your best boy. You're snarky boy.
Mm-hmm.
You're sweet and salty boy.
Yeah, you're our John Lennon.
Okay.
Liam, what about you? What snack food do you associate with?
None. I'm Liam Wallace. I am your co-host, co-creator, and co-sound engineer.
Who's the other sound engineer?
Me.
Are you gonna do like a
Bipolar.
Are you gonna do like a little bit like Zach did to introduce yourself?
No.
Oh, all right. You know,
I can't think of anything.
Yeah.
It's too on the spot.
Oh,
That's
jeez.
why I do all the hypotheticals here.
Ooh.
Yeah.
George Bush neglected important information that would have prevented 9/11. That's all I gotta say.
that's not exactly like funny as it is
Oh, I
tragic.
didn't say anything was funny about it. Why are you laughing?
That honestly, that reminds me of something earlier that happened today.
What
Really?
happened?
What
One of the guys who comes into the bank is elementary school teacher,
Uh-huh.
and the teacher next to him is like the counselor, and he's like, yeah, she always had like a little anonymous like tips that like, you know, fifth graders would go and drop in like, oh,
Yeah.
this person's been bullying me
Yeah.
and whatnot. So every lunch break I would always write something like, I've been thinking about hurting people, I wish my name wasn't Adolf Hitler, and then I would put it in the thing, and he would write, I'm George W. Bush, and I gotta be honest, I really want to bomb someone.
Two teachers were talking about this?
No, it was just the one teacher always put anonymous notes into the other teacher's Dropbox.
Wow.
I gotta admit, Miss Kimberly, I really hate Iraq.
It was stuff like that, and apparently on his retirement party, they're like, oh yeah, here's all the notes he left me, and they read them out.
I'm just so upset that my daddy didn't kill that Middle Eastern man. 'Cause that's why they went back to
Were we still talking about my bit, or are you just
I
talking?
guess. I was going off his thing, and then like you
I think
brought up Bush.
that's enough of that. And time for the introductory kind of question, kind of get our brains going. It's more of like a common, little thing that's not too deep, and will give us like a bit of time to really get the old brains a working, get those comedy machines up and running. So please answer this question. Is it better to be a big fish in a small pond or a small fish?
Sharks.
Wait a minute. Well, that shark.
Next question.
Is shark a big? Okay, so is the shark?
Is shark a big fish? Brooks
is-
Vernon, 2018.
No. My question is the shark in a pond?
Oh.
And how did it get there?
I put it there.
Global warming.
I was just gonna say global
Fucking
warming.
global warming.
Hang on. I feel like there's two very distinct, very rich veins, very relevant to our time that we can explore. We'll start with I put it there. Liam, why did you put the shark in the pond?
I wanted to see if it would survive. Joke's on me, it did, and it killed all the other fish.
It did, and now it has a hankering for human blood.
Now it can breathe under fresh water and can kind of go almost really anywhere now.
See, this has been a really like fun experiment. Holy shit, it has legs.
It's evolving at an exponential rate, and I don't know what to do.
It's not like it can open doors or anything.
Coming next summer, the shark that could open doors.
I think we got to workshop that title. It's a little clunky.
sure?
Land shark.
So you.
Jaws 7.
Oh, we did steal that joke, didn't we?
We just stole that joke.
Oh,
What?
Damn it.
Land shark.
Oh. Is that a Mabim Bam?
No, it's an SNL sketch from the 70s.
Oh, shit.
Land shark.
Okay, so
I wanted to burp away from the mic to help.
so
Brooks.
okay, so that was an unsuccessful experiment. Let's tap into that other vein, that rich vein of comedy, global warming. Zach, can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, you have a little bit of an ocean, a little bit of a saltwater ocean, like a small, tiny, like
How much?
it's really cute. Like it's like a cute little ocean. Like you look at it and go, it could be smaller, and then global warming happens, and it gets smaller.
So then it turns into a pond.
Yeah, and that's where the shark is.
Sharks.
Wait
you
a
don't
minute.
really understand global warming,
Huh?
Or sharks.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that global warming is making the ocean smaller?
Yeah.
I have
I can't back down now.
That like look into the direction was just like, oh fuck.
I was gonna say, Zach, I have some unfortunate news.
What do you mean? Warm? Like it warms, it evaporate.
No.
Then only the salt's left.
No,
No.
it's not that warm.
Maybe
It-
eventually.
Maybe.
It's
if we're lucky.
just.
It's 50 degrees
It's
today.
not.
It's pretty warm.
It's not that warm. It's just warm enough. The water's not going to evaporate, but the ice is not so lucky.
A bull shark got into a freshwater lake in New York and killed a bunch of kids.
How did
This
that
is
happen?
you know what I'm talking
Yep.
about? Yeah. There's
It's
like a
because maybe I don't know, a flood happened and just carried.
yeah,
it.
like the I think it was with the salt water mixed with the fresh water, so it was just enough for him to survive for a bit, and he just kind of killed a bunch of kids from the 20s.
Okay, so I was going to say, I was going to make sure it's the 1920s, because this is probably just me and my only exposure to the
look it
1920s,
up.
culturally and everything, that as soon as you said 1920s, and I asked, how did the shark get there? In my head, I thought, for whatever reason, Al Capone put the shark there. I don't know if it was to, extort somebody, or, someone owning the pond did not pay up, but, that was immediately where my brain
Yeah, I'm gonna go
went
with that.
to.
I like that.
Yeah.
Fuck the whole flood.
It was a bull shark. Oh, those fuckers are big.
So now
Those
that we,
kids got fucked up with this.
so now that we've established that the big fish was
Those kids were not the big fish in that
No.
pond.
so now that we've
no.
established that the big fish was put into that pond by Al Capone.
Yes.
What about being that? Wait, what is it? Big
the
fish in a small pond.
Fosh, the small
small
fish,
Fosh.
the small fish.
the small fish in the big pond.
Can that be today's episode title?
Small Fosh in the big pond.
In the big pond.
I have no idea what accent that is. I'm gonna lean towards some butchered Welsh.
a butchered Welsh who was butchered by a bull shark because it ate him.
In the 1920s.
In the 1920s.
But Zach, you bring up a good point that we've kind of been focusing on big fish in a small pond, and we haven't really looked at the benefits of a small fish in a big pond.
you get to go a lot of places
You do. There's a lot more breathing room.
Yeah.
until you get eaten.
Until you get eaten.
There's a lot more dangers, but guess what? You're used to these dangers.
There's
If
a
you're
lot
the
more
big fish,
thrills.
you're like, everything's great. And then what happens if you're the big fish and you get put in a relatively large size pond? Then you're fucked.
Then you're just normal and everyone hates you.
I just want to talk about the little video game known as Spore. Now, Spore.
I was fucking about to bring that up.
Now,
Fucking
Spore
Christ.
starts
I
out.
love Spore.
Now, Spore is a game I've never
Really?
played, and
Spore is awesome. Fuck anyone who's like, oh, Spore sucks. Yeah, it sucks when you get to the city part, and granted, I stopped playing at that part because I just wanted to make dinosaurs and eat other dinosaurs, and
but
that
you
was it.
literally start out as a small fish in a big pond.
No, you start as a single cell, and then you evolve.
That's the smallest fish is a cell.
That's the smallest fish is a cell. Brooke Vernon. Science me.
Flagellum.
I was literally thinking of when you said big fish. I was thinking about being a little spore creature and growing up. It was so much fun. I didn't have a lot of friends.
How far does that game go? Because I only remember making the character
you
get
go
into,
to
the tribal thing.
base? You
Is
get
it
to,
still just as fun?
no.
Does it turn into an RTS?
Yeah.
Why?
I lose interest right when you're able to speak because you have to do farming and stuff, and it's it becomes fucking
if you
Sims,
start
yeah, it becomes Sims.
if you
That's a
start
great example.
you get to that stage and it's just well, this is just a worse Age of Empires 2. I can
Yeah.
just play Age of Empires
Yeah,
2 if I
yeah.
want.
I wanted to stay as an animal and fuck shit up and become the king of that area.
You want it to be the biggest dinosaur.
I wanted to be a Godzilla.
Now, see, I thought your sentence was going to go, I wanted to stay an animal and fuck other animals.
Well, that too. I
That's
mean,
what I thought you were going to say.
I think Spore could be
that comes
better.
along with fucking other animals. You fuck them and you fuck them.
I think Spore could have been better if, they kept, they kind of, small sized the scale or, made it advance throughout time or something you're oh, now you're going up against actual real boy dinosaurs.
sort of like vague.
Katamari Damacy.
I was gonna say more like a vague kind of civilization kind of system
yeah.
with the
You know what
going
game
through-
is cool though that I haven't played? You may have played this. You guys are Steam boys. You guys have Steam accounts. You ever played a game called Hell Creek?
No.
Hell Creek looks awesome.
What is Hell Creek?
Hell Creek is it's based on this real place in I think Montana where it's just this area of paleontology digs where they just find all these different types of Cretaceous creatures that they didn't even think lived together with one another.
I don't mean to derail this, but we once again just sort of skipped over a very rich vein, and I feel like you and your own research in your own personal time will have to agree. Godzilla's a pretty big fucking fish.
Oh, Godzilla's the biggest fish.
but at the
Fuck
same
sharks.
but
Godzilla's a fish?
at the same
Sort of.
time, no, it's
He's a lizard person.
No, he's not a lizard person. He's a mutated monster of deceased dinosaurs who
but
can
at
also
the
breathe
but
underwater.
at the same time,
He's a Stegosaurus and a T-Rex kind of
at
fuck.
the same time, The ocean's a lot bigger than him, so is he a small fish in a big pond?
What is a bigger fish than Godzilla?
Oh man, there
I
are
mean,
there
if
are
we-
bigger fish than Godzilla.
The philosopher George Lucas always said there's always a bigger fish.
And then, like Roy Schreider said, you're going to need a bigger boat.
Exactly, and then
And like how Roy Shaw said, "Ah!" Did you get that snap?
Oh, it's a Jaws.
It was a
reference.
Jaws joke. It's a good movie.
oh, that was just for
Yeah,
for me and everyone who listens at home who's seen Jaws.
Yeah. Did you get that snap I sent you of it's Robert Shaw as Quinn, and it's an ad for the beer he drinks in the movie.
No, I have not.
It's a real ad outside of a liquor store, and it's great.
Okay.
Like there's a shark right behind him. Like with his mouth
So
open.
I think it's about time to move on from this thing. So let's get like a last definitive answer.
Okay. Hell Creek looks cool. Godzilla's awesome, and fuck sharks. even though I
Okay.
like
Well,
sharks.
okay. Now that you got that out, let's get a definitive answer. So, everybody, let's think. Small fish in big pond or big fish in small pond?
If you're a big fish in a small pond, you're going to eat everything way too quick, and you're not going to have any more food left over. How are you going to eat dessert if you eat too much supper time?
Exactly.
How can you have your pudding if you don't eat your meat?
Oh, come on.
I think.
Leave me alone.
I think.
Leave meat alone.
All right, you can stop.
I think that's a good point to end on that one. And let's dig into a meteor question. Let me look for one.
There's
A
lot of-
meteor or meteor?
Babe, it don't even matter anymore.
What?
What are you writing, by
Don't
the way?
read
All
it.
right,
Don't
Ted
read
Kaczynski.
it.
Okay.
This is new anime.
It's called Soul Calibur. But
For-
S-O-L-E.
What?
It's
Hang
about
on.
shoes.
But it's with Star Wars characters too, right?
I have actually been working. I don't know what to call it, so I'm going to call it placeholder Soul Calibur for now. Did Soul Calibur have the samurai,
Yes.
Yes.
the one who stabs himself?
Link is in it. Link is in. Oh, you're not helping.
He's in one of them.
I'm not
He's
a Link boy.
in Soul Calibur 2. Are you an Ezio boy from the Assassin's Creed?
No, I'm not.
Are you a?
He was in it too.
Isn't Pitt from Kid of Icarus in it too?
No,
No.
Okay.
that's in Smash Bros.
No, I know he's
They
in
made
Smash
the
Bros.
fifth one. They're making the fifth one. Oh, but for real, it's supposed to. Well, Splatoon kids.
Yeah.
I just like to. I saw this online. I think it's very funny when Smash 4 was getting advertised and they like announced like the villager from Animal Crossing. Everything. He's just like, "Hey, come join the Smash
"Oh,
Brothers."
boy.
And then it was like a nice thing. The Splatoon kids, however,
Got a baptism by fire.
yeah,
like,
they got
joy.
like a fucking message from the devil himself, and he brought Nintendo.
Oh shit!
Reggie is right there looking you down, saying, "My body is ready."
I know for a fact they're gonna have one of the arms
That's my
characters in
favorite
it.
thing.
They're just gonna have
Fucking
like the
Reggie.
arms guy. He's gonna be in it probably.
The
Yeah.
arms guy.
Yeah.
I mean the hands.
No. I mean like that game for the Switch called Arms, where it's just long range boxing.
Yeah. Yes, I know
Totally.
exactly what that is.
Yeah, like at this point, like Cloud has been in a Smash Brothers game, so the speculation is going to be all over the place.
So Jimmy Neutron could actually be in it since
I
he had a
hope
game for
not.
GameCube.
I would
I
shit
hope
my
so.
pants. I would buy that game immediately.
Guys, Sonic is in Smash Brothers. You know where the bar is. It's a possibility.
Bayonetta's in Smash Bros. I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm just like, hey,
The bar is everywhere.
If we're going with Nicktoons, I'd much rather have LT Gray in Smash Brothers. I would like that a lot
or
more.
the Kablam kids. Does
I-
anyone remember that?
I
No.
do not know.
Oh,
I just
fuck.
want only Cosmo from the Fairly Odd Parents.
What if Danny Phantom was in Smash Brothers?
That would be pretty cool.
Can it just be another Nicktoons Unite kind of video game?
Oh,
Nicktoon?
Why don't we have Nicktoons fighting?
Yeah, didn't they have like I know Cartoon Network had their own. Okay, well, I'm putting the philosophical questions down for a
This
second
became way more important.
because like I know
I
like
guess Hell Creek
there
wasn't
was
all that important, but okay.
I know there was that period of time and fuck you. There was no. I'm gonna look into that game. It sounds really cool.
Okay. I like dinosaurs, and it's really
There's
realistic.
I know there was this period when a lot of different companies and everything tried to get their own Smash Brothers. I know that Cartoon Network had their own version of it that I never played. Did Nickelodeon ever have it? Because I had Nicktoons Unite and the Volcano Island one, and like completed the trilogy with whatever the factory thing was. I had all of that.
There was a factory thing?
Yeah, they built like robot versions of the characters. It's
Yeah.
like it's like the go-to thing of whenever you make a game out of a cartoon.
Yeah,
Oh.
make the evil versions.
Make evil versions that are robots that you do not feel bad for murdering.
Yep.
Huh.
How fucking buck wild would it be if that game turned out to be like a Nier Automata kind of situation?
Oh, shit. I need that.
Do
Nier
you?
Automata was great.
Do you need that in your life?
I wouldn't mind it.
I think it'd be cool.
I want to see the chef from Overcooked. in
The
it.
chef from Overcooked. Which one though? Which
Yeah.
one do you go with?
They're all the same, just different skins.
Oh, true. Like they did with the like the fucking the Bowser kids.
Yeah.
That was it.
I know it's not gonna happen, but if they have like a mod system, that'd be great.
I mean, like it'll probably take a lot of effort, but I'm sure that's possible.
Somebody will jailbreak.
They've
Switch.
modded the previous ones. Like I've seen Goku
Yeah.
in Smash Brothers. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that'd be fun.
It's all about time, my boy. It's all about waiting.
Okay. So
I just want
anyway,
the world to change.
So soon you'll see Danny
Sony
Phantom.
had one. They had their
They
Sony
did.
All-Stars.
It didn't.
That
did
was
too so
really
well.
bad.
I
Yeah.
thought it was fun.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't
it was
like
just it was the same mechanics as Smash Brothers, just
Yeah.
different characters.
Well, okay, was it that one or because I know there was one game that had like, oh hey, you're fighting. There is no lives. There's only time, and you have health. Kind of. You have to beat like the person's coins
Yeah.
out of them, and it was only that mode. You didn't have a different mode. To
I don't know if
fight
it was that one, but I remember hearing a game very similar to that, or at least watching the Game Grumps play it.
No, All Stars was a knockout thing.
Yeah.
in. Oh shit! Hold on. I think this was a anime one version of it. I've got a TV, and it's just right here.
But I got like a projector and like hugs.
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 Mm.
not drugs.
Not drugs, but I got hugs I can give.
Well, you got both.
Yeah.
I can't confirm nor can I deny that without an attorney present. I can give you hugs though.
Don't.
But Yaskovich, I'm not a cop. If I was, I'd have to say. Right?
Ooh. Oh. If I was a cop, would I cough like this?
I lost the question, but I remember what it was. So this will be like a quick one, and we don't. We can wait a bit before going into the ad break because we do not have an ad.
My mom was talking to me about that. Do you want me to talk about it during the ad break or?
Sure.
Did we lose our sponsorship?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what we
Are
lost.
you serious?
If you listen to the last episode, you can there was a whole bit that I did when I saw that that the funding was pulled.
Which my
what?
dad loved, by the way.
Oh my god!
I'm glad that he enjoyed that.
So like, what did we fuck up? Like, was it that bad?
We'll talk about it during the ad. The ad. Air
The
quotes
ad.
break.
So
Okay.
we'll do this quick question and then we'll move
Wow.
on to the ad. And then we'll do the hypothetical. So, in this age of modern technology and interconnectiveness, do you think this makes global conspiracies more or less plausible?
Less.
Less. Really? Okay, so you're taking a hard stance on less.
Yeah, because like me and my younger brother were talking about this, and he had a good point. If you get two people in separate rooms and ask them to get their story straight, they're not going to be able to do it correctly.
Unless they've
Yeah.
talked beforehand.
Yeah, but still, there's going to be holes. You
Yeah.
can't presume what the people are going to ask you. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but if you say, all right, no matter what, the wall was red.
Yeah, and stupid people kind of exist anywhere, so it really doesn't matter.
Here's a point that I've heard said before that I completely agree. That I think like for all the famous like conspiracy theories, this like kind of in my mind at least definitively disproves them, and it uses the example of the moon landing. So for the moon landing, let's think about it and look at it. Let's say yes, they did in fact fake it. So let's look at it like that.
Okay.
They had to pay so many people to not talk about
Yeah.
that. So you're telling me that about 50 years now have gone by where not a single person, not a single like little like PA or intern came out with a fucking book. Yeah, there's no way you don't get someone taking a selfie like at some kind of important secret cult meeting
Yeah.
and then posting it on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how like movies and video games get leaked and shit. Like,
Yeah.
if that can happen. Conspiracies are fucking dumb
Well,
shit.
yeah.
okay. So if you can't like fucking keep an episode of Game of Thrones from leaking online, then how
yeah.
are you going to fucking like control the entire like world government?
How are the
Control
lizard
the whole-
people going to hide themselves?
Control the whole like history of space exploration.
How do you hide the fact that the Earth is fucking flat
yeah.
if you can't even like keep a build of Half-Life 2 from leaking?
Yeah, it's fun.
Zach, do you have an opinion on this?
I'm trying to think of like the opposing side because you're like, hey, if you can't keep Game of Thrones from leaking, how can you keep the for example, the moon landing? I'm like, well, I mean, it's a lot more serious, I guess.
It is more serious, but it has been 50 years.
Well,
since
no,
it
I'm just
happened.
using that as the example. I believe that we landed.
But no,
on the
like
moon.
with other conspiracies, like even like Watergate, like everyone was talking about that.
It's always like a thing of like, you always kind of assume that like when someone's like on the verge of like letting it slip, like a masked like guy with a gun comes in and just like pops him and everything,
Yeah.
like stages like a suicide or an accident. But if you look at something like Watergate, like the reaction was, oh fuck.
Yeah, like that's one thing that like bothers me. Like everyone's like, "Oh, dude, the Illuminati's real." I'm like, one thing I like to bring up is what? Am I in trouble?
No, I was gonna say. Plus, if there were like lizard people running the world, do you really think they'd be worried about Beyonce and fucking Miley Cyrus?
Or would they really be like, all right, guys, for the 2016 election, of course, we'll have our lizard person, Hillary Clinton, win like we always do. Right. And then someone just goes, you know what, guys? How about we shoot ourselves in the foot? Like, how about we just fuck it all up?
I think that's a good final point. Zach,
Yeah.
do you have any? I see that you took the sticker off of your journal and are sort of rolling it up now.
He's going to do some lines of, he's smoking it.
He's making a marijuana
It's a
joke.
420 episode today. Haha.
420.
that's gonna smell bad if I burn.
Yeah, don't stick that in the candle.
Yeah, don't be crazy, you fucking idiot.
Ah!
Do I have to take away everything from you, Liam?
No.
Yes.
I think it's time for the ad. All right, so Liam, would you like to explain the situation that we are in currently with no money?
We still have money. My mom is still funding us, or K.A. Wallace Contracting and More is still funding us. It's
Are
just my mommy's credit card got into by someone,
Oh,
so she had to get a new
Yikes.
credit card, and she's retrying to do the Patreon, but apparently it's not letting
She
her.
doesn't have to do that.
Yeah, she can just hand you money and
No,
I
you're,
will buy
your
drugs.
mom like
What?
What?
For all our joking, your parents and like their company, they have no obligation to give us any amount of money.
Well, they want to.
Well, and
they
and we're very thankful of that, Zach.
Yeah.
But you did say that, like, were you being serious about your dad loving the bit from last time?
He thought it was really funny.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
So, I know this is a little bit out there for us.
Uh-huh.
It's not territory we would often tread, but
I hate this.
it's a booming market, as in there's a lot of explosions and a lot of money, but explosives for kids?
Explosives for
Look,
kids.
all right, so hear me out, right?
See fun for me.
So look, kids love.
with all the stuff
like
going on,
C4, but
with all the
C-fun.
stuff going on in Austin right now, I do not like this line
what
of
is
joke.
going on in Austin?
There's a bomber who's killed several different
Oh
people.
man,
by
I didn't know that. Now I feel like an ass. No, I look like an asshole because of
It's
this.
like literally been happening over the past like few weeks.
I don't watch the news.
Yeah, neither do I.
The news isn't fucking covering it.
I've been watching the news. Oh, PBS, come on,
'Cause-
you're supposed to cover that
'Cause,
shit.
like, all the targets have been black people.
Oh, then I should have saw that on PBS.
Oh, god damn it!
Oh man,
And I'm sorry, Josh, but like, I was reading about it. I was just reading about it today, this morning, and
no.
I was just like, oh no.
I'm not
Where's
that
this
much in
dude
poor
getting the
taste.
explosives? Does
No
anyone know?
one
Probably
knows.
making
No one's called him.
They're doing a
The
manhunt right
RNC, who knows?
Probably.
now. Oh God.
Or the NRA.
I have no idea how I'm going to cut this. I'm probably going to just leave this in.
Okay, good.
I'm so worried right now.
I am too.
Okay, so on that note,
Okay.
Just notice you're not wearing shoes.
yeah, it's my house. I don't have to wear shoes.
That's right. Oh, that means I don't have to wear.
Yeah,
this.
you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
All right.
Bradley's currently wearing jeans under his jeans.
I
was wearing some jeans and I went, oh, these ones are too tight. He's like, what size are you? I'm like, 32. He's like, that's my size. Give me your jeans. Okay, and then I handed them over, and then he put them on over top of his current jeans.
Fucking course he did.
This place is a madhouse.
And I love it.
Oh my god.
So, speaking of a madhouse, I
Uh-huh.
need each of you boys to think of a flavor.
does it have to be like
A flavor,
Just-
any flavor that you would find in a food, drink,
so
candy,
it's something that is actually like a flavor.
an edible flavor.
Okay, so it can't just be like paint or
No. I guess you could, like, if you want to say it's paint flavor,
Yeah.
you can, but it's not like going to be atoxic.
Okay.
The
Jelly Belly.
Yeah, like the
Okay.
Harry Potter.
The Harry Potter.
The Harry Potter, like puke flavor jelly beans.
So you mean the flavor can be literally anything?
Yes.
Okay, but it has to be edible.
It has to be edible.
Gotcha.
Okay, so you guys gotta,
Hang on. Can I go more abstract with this?
as long as it is a one-word answer, it's not going to be like the sins of the father flavor.
Damn it.
The movie?
Sure.
Okay, then you have to give me a second to think then.
I already thought of one.
Because all of my lines of jokes have just been like dashed. Okay, so you have to give me a second.
If it's something I can actually imagine the flavor of, I'll let you do it. If that's fair.
Can it be 2 words, please?
Fine,
Please.
fine.
Thank you.
Yaskovich, do you have a flavor?
Let Liam go first.
Okay, Lee.
Vanilla.
Vanilla? All right, cool. Hold on, let me write that down. All right, so we're starting off strong. Vanilla flavor. Okay.
Vanilla.
Go ahead, Brooks.
Ronald Reagan.
I wish I couldn't picture that flavor.
Oh man,
It's like it's a rich velvety raisin.
a little sweaty too.
Oh, I almost passed out. No joke.
Man, mine's not funny.
Holy
now.
shit.
All right, Yaskovich.
Sand.
No,
Yes.
that's funny.
It's coarse and gets everywhere.
The classic flavor of vanilla sand Reagan. Okay, now
Am I the only one that's not a chuckle fuck in this group?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yes, yes, that is true.
And now I would like you guys collectively to decide on a packaging. Just any like how, because what you just decided on was a candy.
Okay.
So it is vanilla sand Reagan. I don't know what name you want to call it, but you can just call it vanilla sand Reagan or VSR.
I don't know what Iran Contra is. I don't even know what Iran is. Where am I?
AIDS? What is that? I don't know what that is. Get out of here, Rock Hudson. I hate you now.
But I
That
need
was a really good Ronald Reagan.
Thank you.
I need a special, like, it can be cereal box. It can be like it's shipped in Tupperware. It can be like in a regular Russell Stover's
Well,
chocolate box.
I'm thinking this is a really old people candy.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's vanilla sand Reagan.
Can
or
we
whatever.
Can we please do like a very just a very inconvenient tin? Like
Yes.
you know that like old
like
people
a cookie
keep candy.
tin? Yes.
Yeah, like a cookie tin. Like
but it's filled with vanilla sand Reagan.
and it's not like that it's sold in this actually it is sold in this tin. It's not like they like took it out of the original packaging and put it in the tin. Like it comes in this tin that's just a pain to lug around.
Can I bring up like a little story of how I think this candy came together?
Sure.
So I like to think vanilla sand was already a candy for old people. Reagan
It was
loved
like a powdery candy.
Yeah, and Reagan loved it. And he's like, I'm gonna endorse that. And he's like, hello. This is my commercial for vanilla sand. With the new vanilla Reagan sand, they put a hint of me right in the middle.
Yes,
It's like a pickled
they
plum.
just
He just squeezes his arm. He's like, ugh, and like a little bit of blood and sweat like goes right in the middle.
they just take a little cheese grater, made in America, of course,
Made in the USA.
and they just scrape it along my skin. I barely even feel it. When I die, inevitably, it's going to just they're going to just be using my bones.
When
Get
I
it?
die, hopefully.
They add some Reagan bone meal to every bite.
Oh,
When
delicious.
I swear to God, if I die before the USSR dies, I swear to God, I will raise hell.
I will nuke this place. I know the code.
I will launch so many missiles. I will take this fucker with me.
Okay, so it comes in an old tin.
Yeah.
So it
With-
got
hold on
it
top
got
of the
really popular in the 80s.
tin, on top of the
So-
tin, the packaging, like the design, is Reagan in a Speedo on the beach with vanilla flowers.
Oh my God!
like all over him.
This is his Newman's own. This is what this is.
What?
His own version of Paul Newman's salad dressing.
Oh, God.
There's all these little variations of it, and each one has like a different Ronald Reagan in like a
Yes,
little
this is
costume.
exactly what this is.
This is his own Paul Newman salad dressing.
So how well did this sell, do you think?
Oh, incredibly well.
okay,
Hold
so
on,
we're gonna-
before I get
I'm
to, before I get to
fucking
that,
rich, you idiot.
I actually have one more question about it.
Sorry.
Hold on, I'll let Liam have his cough. You okay there?
Do you need a drink of water?
He's laughing real hard.
That's what it is. Oh my god.
So, as we all know, vanilla sand Reagan is a delicious treat for the elderly. But it also comes with a prize right on the inside.
Oh yeah.
Here.
And what is that? What is that prize?
Before we
The
get to the
war on
prize.
drugs.
No. Before no, that's what
gonna
that's
say
what that's what
disappointment.
that's
the sponsor.
that's
the
what
sponsor.
that's what funded the making
That's
of
their
it.
ad campaign.
But okay, so I want to play into the bit of meta narrative that
Yeah.
Josh started.
Yeah.
I want to go that and then lead into what's in the prize.
Okay.
So I imagine vanilla sand candy began in the 1950s, and that's why it's like popular with old people because it started in the 50s and they get all nostalgic for it and everything.
It's like
and
a non-addictive cocaine, but
Yeah.
it's just sugar.
Except
For the actual cocaine, which is the prize.
Yeah,
for the
it
actual
existed before they needed to put in like a ton of regulations and everything.
yeah.
So in the 60s and 70s, those regulations started coming in, and then Ronald Reagan, he loves getting rid of government regulations
Oh,
that
yeah.
are probably for the best to have.
Everyone has the right to kill themselves with this poison.
And
Vanilla sand.
but because his heyday was in the 50s and everything, because it certainly wasn't the 80s,
Oh,
and so he remembers vanilla sand very fondly. So he has this whole. So vanilla sand, the manufacturers really jump on that, and it comes out with the Reagan brand vanilla sand and everything. And even though he's the president, he's doing like a lot of ads for them and
Oh, yeah.
everything. And then
Even though.
and then the 80s end, and it kind of dips in popularity a bit, and then come around 2004, I think.
Yeah.
And Ronald Reagan dies finally, and so So like
We got him, guys.
So
We
all
got
the
him.
vanilla sand Reagan candy, the board members are all standing around and they're just like, so what are we going to do now? So we now have a limited amount. We have so not only were we dipping in popularity, but I feel like we're now like a limited commodity. Like we only have so much Reagan left.
Yeah.
That the dude's not growing new skin.
Yeah.
So
I think when Reagan died, the popularity spiked.
exactly.
And that's the problem because we don't have
they-
enough Reagan to put in the vanilla.
They marketed it as a delicacy and jacked up the price,
Yeah.
and they've been using Reagan bones.
It was a limited time thing only, and then it got super popular more than our regular products. So
But-
we kind of doubled down on the Reagan, and the fucker just died.
But now we cut to today. We cut to today, and they're running a little low on those Reagan bones. I've realized that this is literally the plot of The Defenders on Netflix, but I'm still
Is
gonna
this
go.
really what it is?
Swap out Reagan with a dragon, and yeah,
Fuck me.
yeah, that show was bad.
Oh man. Well, we'll make it better with our Reagan.
Yeah. So now this is where the prize comes in because she's like, okay, so we need a new marketing gimmick, so let's include a prize with the with the tins.
I know what we can use instead of Reagan.
What?
When we run out of Reagan, we can just use Trump, and it's more salt.
dry,
Yeah,
but
it's
also
both,
greasy.
It's both dry and greasy and very unpleasant to have in your mouth,
And oh so salty.
and it makes.
Moving on.
Let's just be in the middle and just use John McCain, okay?
But we're gonna run out of him
Can it-
soon.
can it be-
too.
Fine. All right, Mike Pence.
Can it be the old Pope?
the old Pope,
The previous pope
the
that
Nazi one?
Yeah.
the one that abdicated right before Francis came in.
Oh yeah.
Is he dead yet?
Yeah.
Benedict?
No.
Was it Benedict?
It was
Yes.
Benedict.
Yeah.
Benedict is still alive, I believe.
We can
Old
use
Pope.
him.
We could use old Pope. He ain't going nowhere.
that can be another one of our flavors.
Oh yeah. I can feel like
Potpourri.
Exactly.
There it is.
Okay, Zach. I don't mean to have derailed your prize idea.
No.
I want to get back to that eventually, but we have stumbled on the idea that since we're running out of Reagan bones, we're considering other notable bad old people in order to turn it to flavors.
I'm sticking with Trump because
No,
they're the same
guys.
person, just one's a little saltier.
We gotta expand. It shouldn't just be about Reagan. It should be about all bad old people. We'll have multiple flavors.
We-
and we'll never die.
Is this okay? So is this the first candy that caters to a specific demographic so much that it's literally made out of that demographic?
Yes.
I'm
I
glad
love
we
it.
both said it at the same time.
I
Took the
love
words
it.
right out of my mouth.
So vanilla sand. We have vanilla sand potpourri made out of Pope Benedict.
Dirt.
The cardinal.
Oh, do we just the sand is
But
not,
dirt doesn't dirt's
Yeah,
not
clay.
coarse
Yeah.
and rough, and it doesn't get everywhere.
Yeah.
Like how
and
we
sand is fucking delicious.
I'm sticking with cherry Pope Clay.
Okay, cherry.
It's one of our milder flavors.
Okay. Like, well, we're gonna see how it goes.
Okay, so what other old people can we harvest for some flavors? Let's get creative with this.
Is Charlton Heston still alive?
No, unfortunately.
Damn it. The other one's still alive. Gran Turismo.
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood.
Oh,
Yeah.
chocolate Clint Eastwood.
No, whiskey Clint Eastwood.
Whiskey.
Oh, like
Like
yeah.
rum raisin.
Whiskey.
Okay, so rum Eastwood, fucking Pebbles.
Gravel.
Gravel.
Rum Eastwood gravel.
Rum Eastwood gravel. That's
Oh.
yeah.
That's probably our strongest flavor.
How many other crazy old conservative men do we know?
I was just thinking of old cranky man.
Yeah, because it doesn't have to be.
Zach,
It doesn't have to be political. It could just
Zach,
be any old, awful
you'd be
person.
surprised. The Venn diagram of cranky old men and cranky and like old conservative men is kind of just a circle.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. The guy, not Roger Ailes, the other one who invented Fox News.
Rupert Murdoch.
Rupert Murdoch.
But we're gonna run out of his bones
Bill
soon.
O'Reilly.
He's
Bill
a little-
O'Reilly.
Bill O'Reilly. Yeah.
That could work.
Sean Hannity's. He's a bit too much. He's got a little too much going
Oh
on.
yeah, he's
So
I do not want to put Sean Hannity in my mouth.
Not with that attitude, you know. So what is the prize? I
Not
know
the
we're
first time
getting
someone
yeah,
said that
yeah,
about Sean
exactly.
Hannity.
Prize.
We've gotten the
There
flavors.
was a- that was a-
You know,
We've got plenty of flavors.
Yeah, we've gotten how we're going to keep it going.
Yeah.
you know, I want to stick with cocaine as the prize because of the Iran Contra.
All right, that could work. That could work.
But does that really make sense if like cocaine is
For the
included?
Reagan ones, it was
For
cool.
the Reagan
Yeah.
ones.
For the Reagan one.
And for Clint Eastwood, it's a loaded handgun.
Yeah.
For Clint Eastwood, I would say it's fragments of an empty chair.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Well, someone's got to get a loaded gun.
It's like a one in every
the Pope
20.
can get that.
Get the loaded gun.
It has a little cross on the gun, though. So
Yeah.
it's
The Pope one comes with a little boy.
I was gonna say it's a little scared boy.
It's a Polaroid of him. He's fully
That's-
clothed. He's fully clothed. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's just like, why
the
is
Pope
there...
is just showing him his
if
gun.
we're going that way, we
Yeah,
can
the
go.
Pope's showing him a gun.
We can release a brand new liberal line and include like a Woody Allen flavor.
Oh,
You're so good.
absolutely. Woody Allen, kid.
No.
The liberal ones have to be like overly sweet.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Overly,
It's like,
Is John
overly
Goodman
sweet.
old enough yet?
But
John
he's-
Goodman.
I want to use exclusively bad people.
Yeah, John
Goodman.
Goodman.
John
Oh,
Goodman's
okay,
good.
okay,
Yeah.
Yeah. We can use like. I wouldn't mind a Woody Allen being used.
Yeah.
Just an Al Gore.
With
And Al
Woody.
Gore.
With Woody Allen, we can include 30 different copies of the exact same movie.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but anyway, all's awesome though.
Al Gore can be Man Bear Pig. Comes
Is,
with a little Man
is he
Bear
really?
Pig.
I don't think he's. Does he really count as a terrible person?
He's not Woody Allen equivalent.
He's not Woody Allen.
Just
I would
because
say.
the South Park guys don't
no,
like him
no,
for.
that's not what I'm saying.
for
I
Mel
like
Gibson?
him.
Huh?
Mel Gibson?
Oh,
Yes.
we could use Mel
Mel
Gibson.
Gibson.
Absolutely. The prize is a broken bloody cross.
The prize is a recording of a very drunk, very angry
The
phone
prize
call.
is a dead Jewish person.
Oh no!
I like that every special one for Mel Gibson has a different recording of
There's
a
a-
drunken phone call.
There's a lot of
Listen
stuff
here,
we can
bitch
use
tits.
from Mel Gibson.
They're each a complete phone call too.
Oh,
like it's not like
man.
snippets.
Yeah,
But-
we
oh,
can use Mel Gibson.
Back to the Al Gore. I just want to say I didn't like Al Gore before South Park made fun of him.
I hated him before it was cool.
I hated Al Gore because of the dead Kennedys.
the dead Kennedys.
Dead Kennedys, or Jello Biafra hates Al Gore
Really?
Oh,
Why?
really?
because Tipper Gore was the main reason his house got searched for the FBI from the FBI,
Oh.
and plus Al Gore was just shitty.
Well, he's definitely a dork.
Yeah.
But not a rapist.
Okay, I
At
just
least
want-
as far as we don't know.
I just want to get through the rest of these. How much time do we have left?
We have about like 5 or so minutes before
Okay,
we
okay,
start
'cause
wrapping
he-
up.
that flew by.
Yeah, then I'll just give you the last bit just to meander.
Okay.
With, now, all right, this has been out for a while. I
Mm-hmm.
guess it's gotten a lot of traction. You made a lot of money, but you've also made a lot of lawsuits.
Yeah.
Now, one lawsuit is saying it's unethical to grind up people and put it in their vanilla sand trademark.
Yeah, but it's part of our rights.
Yeah, it's freedom of religion.
And that does shut up a couple people.
That's
Yeah.
just a lot of people. Let's be real.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it does.
So it's part of our rights.
Got a lot of fans that way.
It's part of. Oh God. It's part of our rights. A lot of them agree to it because they're very greedy.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And also, like, fuck you. We don't care.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, so you're gonna complain that we're grinding Woody Allen's bones to dust?
You're gonna complain we're killing Mel Gibson? Really?
Yeah. Is this really the play? Is this the hill you're gonna die on? Really?
Yeah, come on. We're doing a favor. Now give us more money, please.
What are the allergies, though? Like, I like to imagine there's a list of allergens. Like,
Oh, man. Like,
All of them.
yeah, it's
like,
really
if,
bad.
If you have an
Oh,
allergy,
man. Like, oh, fuck. The lawsuit for that is through the roof. we could
it's
actually go to prison.
It's not
for
an
that
it's not an
laws.
ethical or moral thing. They're just like this has got to stop. My child has not
Oh,
stopped
yeah.
sneezing.
Oh, yeah. Like, there's a
Oh
whole
no, it's
out-
not like sneezing. It's like they're blowing up like balloons.
Oh yeah,
and dying.
hives,
Yeah, they-
rashes.
They're dying.
Have you-
Children are dying.
They
Okay.
literally blow up. Like, they get so big.
Have
but
you
they
seen-
explode.
Have you seen? Think of it. Think of it like a mix between Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and the end of Akira, and it's sort of.
Oh, shit, yeah.
That's a good movie.
They fly, like, there's bits like,
We can watch it sometime.
I would like to watch.
Probably here.
what was that?
My coat on the chair.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I think that wrapped up that that hypothetical pretty well. This was a good episode.
I like this. It was a lot of fun.
I like that we were able to trash Reagan a lot.
Yeah, I always have fun with that.
Yeah, that's always the best part of the show. I'm Ronald Reagan, and I'm the worst person you don't know about.
But then he dies, and everyone's like, "Oh, he was so fucking great."
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
had a monkey, chimpanzee, whatever.
Bedtime for Bonzo. That's what that movie's called. It's awful. He's a horrible actor. He's not
He
good.
is a bad actor too, which
Yeah.
makes it funnier.
Yeah, oh yeah, he sucks.
Well, guess who's a bad businessman?
Me?
Oh.
Businessman.
And a bad actor too.
Anyway, so here's
I don't believe his character at all in Home Alone 2. That hallway isn't down there. Come on, man.
so here we are with all the plugs. This has been Friends by Default. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a good time. And if you did have a good time, the best way for you
You're
to
probably liberal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
let's be honest. So with
Talk about
that,
things. I just want to talk
mean-
about things. We don't need to go politics.
I mean
good or bad.
I mean, let's be fair. We did grind up the bones of horrible liberals as well.
Yeah, we did. Was it uneven? Sure.
Yeah.
But do you care?
Tipper
No.
Gore, we're coming for you.
And so with that, we go to the best way for you to help out the show if you enjoyed it. We don't have an advertising budget of any kind.
Nope.
And truly, from the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate you listening to this. And the 100% best way for you to help us out is to just recommend the show to a friend. If you have a friend who you think will have as much fun with this as you do, then I think that just tell them about the show. Tell them to check it out. We may I've been thinking about this recently. We may try to put together a shorter little sample bit. I know my brother and me had that in their early years. Because it's a lot easier to get somebody to check out a 10-minute thing than an hour-long podcast. So
Go back to doing animations again.
yeah. So we may try that out, and we'll see how that goes. The other big ways to help us out are to go on iTunes and check us out. Leave a rating and review. That helps us get on charts. That helps us out a ton. And the other big way is go to our Patreon. It's called 100 Years Productions because this show is underneath the bigger banner of 100 Years Productions and all the other shows we do with that. So any amount of money that you can, you're not required to do that. We're always going to make this show free. But if you have some spare money and you want to help us out, it helps out with hosting fees, equipment, all that good stuff. And with that, the other big thing for the podcast as a whole is you can follow us on Twitter at FBDPod. We put out notices every time an episode goes up, or if an episode has to get delayed for whatever reason. It's usually you go to the Twitter and it'll be on there. And the last thing for that is fbdpod@gmail.com, which is always in the description. If you have any philosophical quandaries or hypothetical scenarios that you would like us to talk about and make jokes about and riffs and such, that is the place to send them. We read the emails, and we'd appreciate anything that you'd send in. Even if you just want a shout out, then we'll shout you out on the show. Yep.
You can shout, let it all out.
All right. So for me, my name is Brooks Vernon. The best place to find me is on Twitter at SqueezyMcCheesy. That is where I'm most active. Zach, where can people find you?
You can find me on Snapchat at Pride Point or on Twitter at Brave Snuggles.
Liam, where can people find you?
You can find me on any of the social medias under the moniker or whatever you want to call it, Lamb the Liam. And I'm also on YouTube with my very pretentious, very annoying spoken word that you can
Oh,
look
they're
at.
good spoken words.
I like
Shut up.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You
Fishing.
can't find me anywhere.
Fishing.
Don't look for me. I'm
Josh,
not-
where can
Dr.
people find
Goomba.
you?
No. Well, it's JB Askovich now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You're
Instagram.
consolidating the brand.
Yeah. JB Askovich on Instagram and JB Askovich on YouTube. Really, if you want to contact me, just DM me on Instagram. That's the best way to do it.
Slide into them DMs,
Slide
baby.
right into me, please.
Died into the Liams.
All right, so I think that's gonna do it for today. So we loved having all of you listeners here for this. So, yeah, see ya.
See you next time, you sweet.